Yeah. I know that fear is real, but I believe in God. I chose to quit my job and go against the odds. I'd rather chase a dream than work a 9 to 5. I'd rather take a risk than say I never tried. I'd rather speak the truth than ever live a lie. I love this music thing, it make me feel alive. Lord, give me strength, Lord, give me drive. The Lord gave me talent, this a gift from God. I know that fear is real, but I believe in God. I chose to quit my job and go against the odds. I'd rather chase a dream than work a 9 to 5. I'd rather take a risk than say I never tried. I'd rather speak the truth than ever live a lie. I love this music thing, it make me feel alive. Lord, give me strength, Lord, give me drive. The Lord gave me talent, this a gift from God. Look, we ain't had no 401s or trust funds. We was taught to hustle, taught to bust guns. We was taught to rumble, never bump gums. Taught to chasing presidents, but fuck Trump. Public housing with it, living off of Section 8. Surviving off of stamps, we was blessed, we ate. Plenty times food boxes got us through the month. So many times had to double up on school lunch. Got evicted, pink slip.
This is Cent the Podcast with your host, Clinton Washington, and your co-host, D'Angelo Gillespie. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. I have just blessed you with something that I know touched your soul. Portland, Oregon.
You say touch your soul.
It touched your soul because you know what? The first time I heard this cat, I was just like, okay, this is dope. This is what I've been looking for. Listen, before we get into it, welcome to another episode of Cent the Podcast. I am your one and only favorite uncle. This is Uncle Clint. Sitting here with my right hand, Mr. D'Angelo Gillespie, Mr. Single out here. Are we still single? Are we still in the healing phase?
I mean, don't ask me direct questions like that.
Okay.
My person. Hey, listen, man, let's move on.
All right, we're going to move on from that. You know, we doing a little bit of study. Ladies and gentlemen, what you heard as part of our intro today was the great sound coming from Mr. Mike Cates. What's up, Mike?
What's up with it? What's up with it, man? Happy to be here.
If you guys can't tell, Mike is a rapper, and he's damn good at it. All right, like really good at it.
You sound like Geraldo, man.
Hey, you know what? Listen, you know what? I'm gonna let you state your resume, man. Tell us about you, man.
Resume, man.
I mean, don't put him on the spot like that.
Right there, bro. But, nah, man. I go by Mike Capes. Grew up in Portland, Oregon. Born and raised North Portland. St. John's is where I grew up. I've been doing music. Well, I started writing music probably in like 6th grade, but started taking it serious more towards like graduating high school, like 18. So I've been doing it for a minute now. Focused on the craft for a minute now.
Man, what was your motivation to get into the music in the first place?
For me, bro, it was self-preservation. You know, I grew up pretty rough with a lot of trauma going on, so writing music was my way of sorting my thoughts out.
Okay, kind of somewhat of an escape.
Yeah, or
now,
just trying to make sense of stuff, you know.
Man, tell us about St. John's, man. A lot of people don't know about St. John's, and I just know they got a big-ass bridge.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's the most famous part of St. John's, the Big Green Bridge, but yeah, growing up there, St. John's was rough. It's a little different now, you know, with the gentrification. But growing up there, didn't nobody want to live there, man. It's way, 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 way in the deep north part of Portland.
Right.
And, yeah, bro, it was a lot going on out there growing up.
So if you thinking back when you first started writing and, you know, you're relieving yourself of the trauma that's going on.
Yeah.
Can you remember the actual first thing you ever wrote?
That's a good question.
That is a good question, man. Nobody's ever asked that, bro. I started out writing poetry in 5th grade.
Okay.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
That's where it started. But in 6th grade, I can't remember exactly the first thing I wrote, but I know it was inspired by, I was in a foster home in 6th grade, so there was an older kid there that was rapping, and I would watch him. I'd be like, man, I could do that. So I started trying it out, and then that's when I started listening to more and more Tupac. And I was like, oh, I could talk about
what's really going on.
Going through, you know what I mean?
it ain't had to be the flashy stuff or nothing like that. So I started writing in 6th grade, but I can't remember the first. It was probably something about a girl or something. Something corny.
I got a question.
Yeah.
The first time you got on stage, how did that go for you?
Oh, man, I was nervous the whole day, bro. Skipped a lot of school. It was a talent show at Benson High School called the Tech Idol. And my group got in it, but we didn't get in it as, like, competing. We got in it as, like, a guest performance.
Oh, okay.
Because by that time, we had a song that was on the radio here in Portland.
Man.
16, so.
Man, that couldn't be the first time y'all. That was the first time you was on stage?
First time, bro. It was at Tech Idol. I was nervous as hell.
So you been a star. Now, I was booed off stage the very first time I got on stage. I ain't gonna lie. It was junior high.
Was it like when you got booed last week?
Nah, it was different.
Man.
Okay.
Like that, bro?
I boo him every week.
This
is my job.
I did a poem called Chokehold.
Oh, Lord.
Man, listen, boy.
That sound intense, bro.
Oh, boy, listen, man. I said, world's got me in the chokehold, baby. Boo! Man.
Did him like that.
Nah, they wouldn't try to hit.
Man, you know what? I was aspiring to be a rapper back in the day, and I can remember my very first rap that I wrote, which got me in trouble with my mother. And it was about having a wet dream.
Oh, God.
And it was basically, hey, who did the song The Girl Is Making, the chick is talking about making love for the very first time.
Man.
Tonight is your night.
Make You a Woman?
Yeah. So basically, my song was about that, but, I'm rapping about this girl, about taking walks in the park. Today is over and it's getting dark. It was corny as shit.
He like that, though.
And then
like that.
I do the whole rap. It's in my rap notebook, and my mother finds it. And then, part of the last part, I say, I woke up and it was all a wet dream. Oh, my mother lost it. Miss Religious Lady lost her mind.
Why is this going to be a dream, dog?
Yeah,
you had to go that far.
I don't know. It was inspired by, LL Cool J, started singing. You know what I'm saying? So, that was my failed rap career,
All right, so Mike.
So when we talk about success, let's talk about success.
Okay.
iTunes.
You gonna jump to success?
I'm gonna jump to a success.
You didn't go through the grind.
Oh no, man!
I want to hear about the lean.
I'm here for it all, bro.
Hey, man, this man.
Okay.
What are you?
Give me flowers.
What are you on iTunes?
Well, it peaked at when I put out my project, In Spite Of, on July 20th.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up and I don't never really care about charts. I don't even think about that type of stuff. But my homeboy hit me, was like, "Hey, you should check the iTunes charts and see if you charted." And I was like, "All right, I'll check it." And it was at 79. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's solid." But throughout the day, it ended up shooting up like every hour and it jumping like 20, 30 spots, and it ended up peaking at number 2 on the iTunes charts. Man, I ain't put no money behind it to market it or none of that. It just
number 2 on the iTunes chart. That's what we talking about. Success, baby. Success.
Yeah. It's a moment to check off.
Yeah.
So check it out. Okay, so I ain't from here, but when you talk about lyricism, when you talk about rap, in the city of Portland, your name come up first. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I ain't saying that just to blow no smoke. I just somebody who came into the city as an artist and an artist. When you talk about rappers, Mike Cape's name come up. Yeah. So how you do that? Because I don't know. Like Clinton tell me about Cool Nuts and people like that, and people before you. Yeah. So how did you make that jump to where, I'm not you, maybe you ain't made it, but you somebody.
I know what you mean. Made it. That's funny. I made it. Yeah.
But when somebody say made it,
talking about mainstream.
But when you say made it, but when you say made it, people, it's always my expectations of you, and then your expectations of yourself. Yeah. I could say, well, you made it. Look where you charted on iTunes. Yeah. But then somebody would ask you, Mike, was that on your checklist? And then you might be like, no, not really. I got some other stuff that's on my checklist. So that's why I don't like to use the word made it, because I think all that's subjective.
Yeah, definitely. I look at it like, I look at things relative to life, not just the music. I feel like I done made it already. I just got to make more. That's how I look at it.
Right.
With any of it. But your question, what was it again?
I want to know how, you know what I'm saying?
How did you navigate to get your name out there?
It took some work.
Definitely.
You gotta put in some work to where when somebody say, Like when somebody say, I want to get some pizza, automatically you're gonna be like, what you want, pizza, Domino? See, they somebody don't put in some work over there where hey man, this way I can go for that. So if somebody come to Portland and they like, we want to throw a hip hop show, who rapping out here? Somebody gonna say, oh man, you check out Mike Capes? Here goes some of his music. Check this out. So how do you think you made that jump from the talent show to now?
I think it's really, man, just staying committed to the craft of what it is instead of like being in music for want to be famous or want to be popular and shit like that. I cuss.
That's 30. Man, nah, he already.
But yeah, bro, it's just been staying down with the mission of doing it and having a purpose with my music. The purpose with my music is always been, touching people and impacting people. Whether that's, I don't know, I don't know if I want to say positive or negative, but just impacting people, you know what I mean? And also staying a good human being first, you know what I mean? I'm a rapper, but I don't look at that as my identity.
You think music can negatively influence? I mean, I'm just being honest. Just straight.
Yeah, it definitely can. It can add to what's already going on, you know what I mean? Like a
self-deprecating type thing.
Yeah,
like
but it's also the music. Some of it is a reflection of what's already going on. You know what I mean? It's a symptom.
But that's what I'm saying. If you were a lot of people I grew up to, a lot of people I dig or whatever, it's always because they was narrating something that was already familiar to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, I'm from Atlanta, but Outkast and Goody Mob and people like that, they was already talking about what I was into anyway. That's why I was feeling it.
Relation.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So that's why I asked you, do you think music can negatively influence? Because at that point, where you are now, and then you listen to the music out here.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of drug culture in music. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of
drug culture in the hood. You know what I mean?
But okay. So is it just narrating it, or do you think it's negatively influencing it?
I think there's ways to do it. You know what I mean? I feel like you could be a narrative, like Nas was narrated it. You know what I mean? And then you got the other side where it's actively glorifying it. And I think it's up to the listener to decipher what they listening to. You know
I was going to say, but you can still listen to it and
not be impacted and not be influenced.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to a lot of gangster rap. I ain't never thought, hey man, let me go do this. Yeah, I gotta go to school in the morning, man. I don't got time for drive-bys tonight.
Your mama was different, but not to cut you off. But let me ask you this: since you started that, and let's talk about your city. Let's talk about the city of Portland.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of gun violence here.
Yeah,
it's been going on past few months, and it's really starting to elevate.
Yeah,
can we blame it on the rap culture?
I wouldn't say that. The gang culture was here before the rap culture.
Okay.
I would say gang banging started in 1969.
Yeah,
wasn't no rap around back then. You know what I mean? Like,
good answer.
It's just it's a system. It's a symptom of what's going on and what's been going on. You know what I mean? Oppression and benign neglect, all types of stuff, broken family systems, all that. These kids get out here and they putting their anger in the streets because they don't got nowhere else to put it.
Okay. With Mike Capes' music, how do you change that?
I mean, I don't.
For me, I don't look.
I'm gonna put it in his lap.
But is he trying to change?
No,
I'll answer it. Yeah. I'm trying to impact people in order to maybe think. You know what I mean? Spark some thought. Maybe the music could change with somebody, but that's not my intention. My intention is to express myself, and if it impact you that type of way, then cool. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about.
Try to put knowledge out there, but I don't like to preach. You know what I mean? But I also like to say what's on my mind, and if it impacts somebody, then that's a plus.
Heck, man, I don't know. I don't like putting that kind of pressure on folks to be like, "Hey, man, well, what can you do to?"
I'm cool with the pressure. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, but okay, but hold on, watch this. All right, so so we say, "Are you cool with the pressure?" And then I'm like, "Hey, Mike, I need you to come talk to these kids and tell them why, and not in so many words, but why they shouldn't do this and why they should go." But then it goes like, if a kid asks you, "Well, Mike Capes, was you perfect?" And then you might have to answer that one.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's no problem with answering that. It's just
that's
like
testimony,
right? People come to us and they say, okay, you guys do this podcast, you got this platform, I'm looking at it like, I just want to give people content and give them, something to talk about, or maybe we're giving them information that they don't have anywhere to get it, or We're promote, just put some stuff out there. But people look at this as like it's a platform, and we're supposed to use it for.
But that's what I just going to say. Then, because I got a question for both of y'all. Then, okay, so if we all been blessed to be in a position to where we have a voice, is there a responsibility that goes along with that to say something positive?
Depends on what you do, what you set out to use your voice for. That may not have been your whole thing. You know what I mean? You might just be speaking from the heart, and people might be just connect with it. You know what I mean? And then they put their own perception on you he speaks positive stuff. I feel like we all a mix of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Positive, negative, indifferent. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Because for me, it's like it's simple. You know me, I tell stories, and the stories can be embarrassing. I can look like a fool or whatever, but the stories are what they are. Those are the things that I experienced. You can look at me and go, man, that nigga was, damn.
y'all all out of shit.
Right. Yeah. So, he was out there, he was doing this, or that was weird or whatever, but I don't care because somebody is going to hear that story and they're going to be like, oh, I don't have to be embarrassed about, something I've done in the past or, whatever.
Yeah, but say I'm finna have something for the kids, and now I got to ask Mike, are you a conscious rapper?
You funny. This my answer for that.
I'll bet somebody has asked you that, though.
Yeah, they can. But my answer is this: every form of rapper is conscious. They just conscious of different stuff, bro. Like,
okay,
a gangster rapper is conscious of the streets and what he engulfed in his world. You know what I mean? Somebody that work with the kids might be conscious with that, but like, I just don't like the work. A conscious rapper bothers me. You know what I mean? Because maybe it's like Tupac, man. Tupac would talk about, uplifting women, uplifting black people, but then on another thing, he'd talk about killing niggas, you know what I mean? But like, we complex, bro. None of us is all the same all the time.
Yeah.
Malcolm X wasn't the same all the time. Martin Luther King wasn't the same all the time. I think people got to give artists the leeway to express themselves however they want to express themselves. You ain't got to agree with it, but give people that leeway.
But a lot of people feel like when you reach a certain status, then they feel like you reach that point because somebody listened to you. Yeah, and then somebody else listened to you. And then somebody else listened to you. And pretty much they get into the thing, well, Mike Case, we made you, man.
Yeah, they gotta understand.
What you feel me? You feel what I'm talking about? We made you, man. We you know what I'm saying? You ain't get to number 2 by yourself. Yeah. You said something and then we got with you. And we made you. We depended on you. We root for you.
Check this out, though. Check this out. I had to put something out for them to root for.
You had to put the work in.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's 75-25 or 50-50, you know what I mean? I had to put something out good enough for them to want to get behind. Because if it was BS, they wouldn't have got behind it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And listeners got to realize that it can't take ownership over an artist, you know what I mean? You like an artist because you like what they express.
Yeah.
Like, Mike, why can't I come in the VIP with you? I bought your album.
I probably ain't in no VIP. Yeah. Yeah, you bought my album. You chose to do that. Thank you.
I've seen that before. You go into a club and there's a celebrity over there, and then somebody mad because they couldn't go in the VIP because they think they're a personal friend because they bought that person's last 3 albums, and it's like, wild. Hey man, cut it out.
Everything got a system. Just because you bought a project don't mean that makes it to where you can get in the club for free and sit with this person.
All right, now, Mike. I'm gonna be honest with you now. Clint might ask y'all music questions, but I ain't.
Man, ask me everything, bro. I'm here, bro.
So check out. So we all frequent Black Portland. I really hate dropping their name so much on this podcast. The way that they treat your boy.
The jungle.
I want you to know your boy is off Facebook. I'm getting out of Facebook jail tomorrow morning.
Oh, you in Facebook jail?
I've been in Facebook jail for 30 days.
30-day stint.
Yeah, man. I'm out. I got the bond. Tomorrow morning, I'm out here. So listen, man.
What's happening?
Still on parole though.
I am on parole.
They be on your ass once you
do.
Once you do one thing, they on your ass.
Oh man. So check this out. Okay, man. So I got a question to ask you. You got Portland on your back, man. And what I mean by Mike got Portland on his back, no matter what conversation comes up in there, you can count on Mike caping for Portland. He gonna come. I'm play on capes. I feel you. Okay, so Mike gonna come through for Portland. He got it on his back. He quick to tell people the Portland he knows.
Yeah.
So check this out. And you said earlier, you got a wife.
Yeah.
You have a black wife? I mean, I'm asking questions
Indeed.
I know the answers to.
Indeed.
Yeah,
no other answer.
Yeah, but see, I'm asking. I'm asking questions. But listen,
I feel you. You want
okay,
other people to know that.
so, this is your city, and I'm just gonna tell you something from outside looking in. I've never seen in my lifetime, my whole life, and I've lived a lot of places.
I know it's about to go down.
Now I've lived a
We
lot.
going into podcast jail.
Well, I want to talk about this because the great part about having this podcast, I knew we was gonna talk about music, but I can also talk to somebody who lived here, who been here. So
let's get to the point, man, so people can hurry up and hate us.
Fine. Man, there's more interracial relationships in this city than I've ever seen in my life. It's more. I ain't never seen this many biracial kids in my life. However, if you believe these 10,000 people in this group, you will have them believe that they don't like white folks. Now, Mike, I know better because they taught that pro-black to me.
Yeah.
But come on, man.
I think I can tell you what the issue is.
You got to wake up.
Okay, what's the issue? Come on,
wake up tomorrow and you got to talk to the man at breakfast. Now, how you going to explain this Facebook post? you know what I'm saying? I mean, no. First of all, hold on, man. Let me just say this real quick.
All right, go ahead.
I mean, love who you want to love, man. This is not me. This is not me making any kind of disparaging comments about love who you want to. Yeah, I'm saying, hey, man, if we gonna be a melting pot and if we gonna be kumbaya, let's be kumbaya. If we not, then let's not. But I want y'all to, start reporting yourself the right way, or at least be a representation of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I want to know, like, how did Portland get this way if it's such a divide? I don't think the divide is as far as these black folks would like you to believe.
The divide between
black folks and white folks out here.
I think the divide is more so how we live in the city.
But
so with that.
But they live together. I ain't talking about you.
Let me answer your first question.
Okay.
Like, my whole thing, I think it's a numbers game. You know what I mean? Like, Portland is what? 6% black.
I agree.
80% white.
Mm-hmm.
We can say 2 to 3% of them. 2% of that 6 or 3% of that 6 is probably men. The other half is women. How many of the men is taken? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By somebody already. How many of the men is locked up? How many of the men don't choose to be with women? You know what I mean?
Well, man,
the numbers don't add up.
No, and I hear you, but if you listen,
but there's a whole lot of white people to choose from. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you go on percentages, but see, people would have you believe, and I hate to do this to the sisters, but they would have you believe that black men out here hate black women.
Yeah, I think that's the narrative.
That it. I'm not making this up.
Yeah,
these women would have you believe that black men would rather. Listen to what I say. Rather date a white woman.
So let me ask you this: Can we be? Are we being dismissive of their experiences, black women experiences here?
I don't want to be dismissive of it. I just don't think it's factual.
I mean, why not?
Because they would make it. Because they don't take into account. Mike just gave a breakdown of averages, percentages, and numbers. Now, he just said 6%. Now, that's what we got to work with. Now, I'm not saying y'all say, maybe the women say let's work within that 6%, but that's not what they say. They're not saying we're not finding each other. Listen to what I say. They're not saying we are not running into one another. They are saying we are consciously making a choice not to love black women.
Okay, so but are they making that statement based on experience? Let's give a case in point.
I ain't never dated no white girl.
Okay.
I mean, I ain't saying I never will.
You come from another culture too.
Yeah, you come from a different culture.
The West Coast is different.
Just because you've been places doesn't take away from where you come from.
I'm saying I've been here a long time. I've been here 5-6 years.
Yeah,
now.
but that doesn't take what's been ingrained in you. So the question is this. All right, and you were at Mingle Lounge for the singles night.
Mm-hmm.
How many ladies was in there?
There's a lot of ladies in there. It was no men in there.
Exactly my point, right? So now if you take a woman who's in a place, it's a black-owned club, majority of people is going to be black, and they come in there, and it's 80% of the crowd is all black women.
Yeah.
And 4 black men. So their experience is going to be, y'all don't want us. Or, like one of my friends told me, I can pass by a black man, he won't even speak. But he get all googly-eyed if he sees a white woman. And that's his option to do so.
That's perception, man.
But
Yeah,
is it perception or is it that person's experience? Because it's
did he go speak to her?
You know, but then again, that's what a lot of women are saying. So I'll go out of my way because I've heard this from black women to speak to black women. Yeah. But then
that's still a small percentage though.
Right, and I agree.
Women saying that, I still think that's a small percentage. The women saying that black men don't want us, I still think it's a very small percentage. They just loud about it because when something hurts you, you're gonna be louder about it than when something is positive. You know what I mean?
We did a podcast on is it hard for black women to find good black men to date in Portland.
I can't even post on Facebook. I saw a post yesterday that I wanted to get into. I couldn't. The woman said, it was another one, hey, men, give women relationship advice. You can't even post stuff like that in that group. These women are waiting for you as a man for you to say something so they can. She said, she started out men only. Anytime you say men only, you might as well just be waving a flag. Hey, ladies, come over here. They about to say something crazy.
But I mean, I don't mind things like that when, you know, somebody is trying to draw you in.
No,
you know, it's trolling. I love it.
No. I mind you running black men in the dirt. I do. Man, at the end of the day, that's still who I am.
Listen,
no, man.
Run me in the dirt. No. You can run me in the dirt all you want because I got a queen at home that's gonna lift me up.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I'm an advocate for black men. You know what I'm saying? We worthy. We worthy. And I know a lot of, and I know it's very, it ain't cool to say no more. It ain't cool to say that we kings no more. It's really not, because if we say that we worthy of something,
I doubt that. I disagree with you.
It's not.
No, I disagree with you.
If I say, okay, prime example, when we was talking about Mike Clinton asked a question. Black women, how are you protecting black men?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yo, man.
You asked that?
Yeah. Yo, they went crazy.
I feel like black women do protect black men.
Okay. Now this is what he said. He asked a group of black women, how are you protecting black men?
And they took it on the chin.
Here's where I interjected. And it all went crazy.
Make the whole statement.
No, okay, I said.
No. Make the whole statement of what I said and then get to what you said.
How are you protecting black men? And you can't answer that question by telling us what black men should be doing for you.
Okay.
So now you just have to tell me what you are actively doing to protect black men, and then the answers come back. Well, should we be protected? That's not what we said. Yeah. Either you are, you're not, and you don't have to say you are. You can say I'm not,
or you're not answered.
Yeah, but women were doing stuff like, that's like somebody saying, Mike, you was like, hey, D'Angelo, man, how are you protecting black women? And I said, man, I don't know, man. You know, I'm going to work every day. I'm sitting here trying to stack my 401k. I'm trying to buy this house. What the hell does that have to do with
the answer?
What that got to do with me helping them? I'm building me.
But the answer was, I protect black men.
Don't do that, man.
By taking care. It don't matter. Yeah, I'm protecting black men by taking care of my responsibility, even though the black man is not in the house.
Okay.
Well, okay. Now you beating us up, and that's what I asked you not to do.
That's an individual situation,
right?
You know?
And you can't give a backhanded compliment. I can't say, man, you know, I'm really loving all these women who not hoes. What? You know what I'm saying? like, wait, what? Like, you would be like, hey, dude, that really ain't loving them, dog. If that's how you feel, like,
hoes need love too.
But that is absolutely true. And where we at? We
29 minutes, bro.
I don't know. Don't worry. We only got about 50 minutes before we can do whatever we want to. So,
you know, I'm enjoying the conversation. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go forward, we want to thank you for tuning in with Mike Capes. And we're going to continue this conversation. But if you want to hear the rest of this conversation, you're going to have to tune in to wherever you listen to podcasts to listen to the uncut, uncensored version. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Numbers 96.7 and listening to your favorite podcast right here on the Numbers. And I'm going to say it again, the Numbers. We appreciate the program director and everybody at the Numbers for giving us this opportunity. Mike, let's get it, baby.
Let's go. I'm ready to hop into it, bro.
All right. So we done kind of talked about, you know, the kind of demographics of the city.
Well, I just want to talk about Portland too with the music.
Okay,
You know
hold
what I'm
on,
bro. I'm here.
Hold on. So 2010.
Yeah.
I had been here about 4 years. I shout out to Cool Nuts, Mikey Vegas,
For sure.
T Soprano. Those was in Portland, George. Welcome home, homie.
Yeah.
I was managing an artist, Cent Lyric's, right? She had been on the scene for a while, and I came on the scene. I had some pretty good ideas. She asked me to manage her.
Yeah.
And I was going around to the different spots where hip hop artists were performing, whether it was an open mic or whatever. I was very disappointed. And my disappointment was because the majority of the crowd was performers, not people coming out to support the performers. Now, the rappers were supporting the rappers, right? They was there, and some of them was there, waiting on their time to get on the mic. But, man, listen, how do we switch this up, man? For as that time period is pretty much, you might as well say that was so long ago.
Yeah.
A decade ago.
So, the decade ago. So now, man, you the new voice. You making numbers on iTunes. You go around the streets, they talking about you.
Yeah, I see you putting that pressure on you. You put it.
I'm solid, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, so man, now how do you? Well, and I don't mean to downplay my man. Yeah, I'm putting it on him.
Okay.
Hey, my man that did the song Caroline, love that song. I mean, I'm not downplaying him. He did put Portland on the map, but now it's your turn.
Yeah.
How do you put this city on the map? Because being local is cool.
Yeah.
But how do we take you regional?
Yeah, I've never looked at it like that. The way I've made my music is always to impact people beyond where I'm from. You know what I mean? So like I said in another podcast, like I think the key is making music that talks about the conditions of humanity, because that's always going to be there and people are always going to relate to that.
Right.
Now, I think that's how you make timeless music, to go beyond where you at. You know what I mean? But as far as putting the city on the map, I feel like that's a collective thing. You know what I mean? I think for Mine, he made it the biggest on mainstream for sure. Cool Nuts is a pioneer. Without him, there's no blueprint really here as far as Portland hip hop. And me, I'm how it would be looked at is probably, I guess, the more lyrical aspect. But I hate leaving out names. There's Versatile and the Lifesavers too. That's more so the tree.
That was the guy I was thinking of. His name. The name I was trying to think of.
Versatile, monster. But so he's like the OG, the super lyrical type rapper.
Right.
But like as far as me, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and my type of thing is like I don't know how to stop grinding. So whatever the result of that is what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? And it's also, but the biggest thing is like being inclusive. You know what I mean? Not saying, "Oh, I did it all by myself." It's shouting out to people and giving thanks to the people that actually had something to do with what you're doing. And I think that's how you build support around your art.
Who do you network with to get the music you got?
Everybody, bro. DJ OG1, Cool Nuts, people in my era, whoever, bro. I think the biggest thing is just presenting myself with integrity and being me. You know what I mean? Being a human. People will tell you I don't introduce myself as, my name is Mike Capes and I rap.
Right.
I just say I'm Mike, and then people figure out that I rap later. You know what I mean? So it's just treating people with respect. It sounds cliche, but treating people with respect and doing good business and networking. You know what I mean? And then giving people something that they can actually believe in when they listen to it.
So when you think of the all-time collaboration outside your city.
Okay.
Outside your city.
Yeah.
Who all-time would you want to collaborate with?
Man, Lauryn Hill would be one of those.
Okay.
Off top. Producer-wise, I like Kanye West a lot with the chop samples.
Okay.
Rapper. I like Nas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask these questions. I'm going to put you on the spot. Locally, who would you say locally, whether current or in the past, was the most inspirational for you and your music?
Locally. There's different things. So as far as the grind and being a grown man and be able to live off music and support a family, that's Cool Nuts.
No doubt.
But that inspiration is, I think, later in life, because I grew up in, like I say, St. John's. And I wasn't really aware of all the rappers when I was a little kid.
Right.
But the first rapper I heard because I'm from St. John's, is Ilmac, a battle rapper from St. John's as well.
Right.
So I would say him. I would say Cool Nuts. I would say Versatile. But even if I wasn't actively listening to these people, I'm talking about in retrospect.
Right.
But like growing up, I was listening to more stuff outside of Portland. You know what I mean?
Like who?
I grew up on Scarface, DMX, Tupac, E40, Nas, and a whole lot of funk music and soul music. That's the Marvin Gaye, Earth, Wind, and Fire, with the Spinners, all of that type of stuff. I grew up on like a bunch of different music. You know what I mean?
That's surprising you said Scarface. Scarface is like my top 2.
Yeah, Scarface.
Top 1 and 3.
Scarface is the first rapper that made me sit down and go, whoa. I was like 5, bro, and the video for Mind Playing Tricks on Me would come on.
Yeah.
And I stopped whatever I was doing, bro, every time and sit in front of the TV, crisscross applesauce, and be like stuck.
Man.
And that song is what gave me the bug, I think.
Okay, here you go. You got Puff Daddy producing the track, right?
Executive producing?
He's producing the track just like Diddy used to do back in the day. He's doing one of his famous remixes.
Huh.
I'm going old school because I'm old school.
Okay.
And he's also in the other studio. Jermaine Dupri is also producing the track, right?
You don't want to work with
In the other studio, Dr. Dre.
You telling me to pick out of these 3?
No, hold on.
Okay.
Dr. Dre is producing the track, right?
Yeah.
Each one of them came up to you and they said,
this ain't even hard.
pick a funk album
Ooh.
that you want me to use in a remix of your song Affirmations.
Does it have to be funk?
It gotta be funk. Because
Damn.
that's the first thing you mentioned was you listen to funk.
But I said soul too. Is it fair if I pick
Well, yeah,
another?
yeah.
Okay, funk or soul.
I'll say Songs in the Key of Light
Okay.
by
All right.
Stevie Wonder.
Now, who's mixing that one for you? Dre, Diddy, Jermaine
Dre.
Dupri. Okay.
It's Dre.
You know what's so crazy?
Wait, hold on.
The musicality of that.
Who you got for Diddy and Jermaine Dupri? What song are you having them remake for you?
He not gonna have
them?
JD do nothing.
Man,
And he from Atlanta, and I'm still
Hey, man, stop hating on
them
Jermaine
two, I
Dupri.
look at those two more as like
The shiny suit dude.
the big guys. You know what I mean? Like they go in the room and tell other people what to do.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
for real.
Oh shit. He do anything. For real.
He gonna take Pharrell over
For real,
Dre.
bro. For real. Because Pharrell, his versatility is, I think, better than all 3 of theirs.
Now hold on, I can't let you hate on JD. JD is actually on the
JD
boards.
a legend.
JD is actually on the boards. Now Puff, I don't know if Puffy's still on the boards. Now JD still on the boards. I can honestly.
Puff said, don't matter if it's right rhyme or the right checks. That's what I like about Diddy. Diddy say, write for me because I'm gonna write this check for you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Diddy.
Yeah, I like that question.
You know, now you got your album out,
Yeah.
right? Somebody comes up to you and they like, hey man, we think that you can sell out some arenas.
Yeah.
We want to take you on tour.
Okay.
We go start with Seattle. We go hit 3 cities in Cali.
Yeah.
Then we go bounce down to Houston, right? We go over to Atlanta.
Yeah.
But this is what you got to do. You're going to perform in Seattle, Cali, Houston, Atlanta, New York, and Detroit.
Okay.
I already know where you're going with this question.
Who the hell is opening for
I was
you
just
in
finna say
each
that.
city?
Who opening for me? You said, let's start with Seattle.
I definitely say he about to make you
Let's
lose
start with
friends. He about to make you lose friends. 'Cause I
Who's
knew-
opening for you?
I knew he was going.
Who opening for me in Seattle?
Yep.
In Seattle. I'm going to go with my homegirl, Gifted Gab.
All right, shout out to Gifted Gap.
Yeah.
All right, Cali.
What city?
We going to go my city, Compton.
Compton.
Yeah.
Who opening?
Who opening for you?
I feel disrespectful to say Kendrick would be opening for me. Because that's the big dog, you know what I mean? Compton. Who else out of Compton right now?
It's like everybody's
You
big
could-
in Compton
you
right
could-
now. YG, The
You
Game.
could take somebody.
I
with
do
you.
the game. I do the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we got Houston.
Houston. Right now.
Who hot in Houston right now? Though?
You
Yeah.
old, you wouldn't know.
It's some hot rappers down there, but not really in my lane of things. But bringing the other crowd. Houston. You know, I want to see a Swisher House.
I'll say Paul
reunion.
Wall.
Yeah, Swisher House reunion.
Okay.
Open up.
Oh, no, you gotta let Toby get in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Toby. He's from Houston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
All right,
Pick
so
him.
now we got to bounce over to New York.
New York. Who's my favorite? Griselda, man. I'm gonna go with
Boy,
Benny the Butcher or
they monsters
Conway.
right now. They monsters right
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Detroit.
Detroit. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Viso Icewear.
Okay. He just gave
No,
us
no, Payroll Giovanni.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just gave some names to us old folks to go and Google, and see what they doing.
Oh wait, now you gotta ask the last one. I really want to know who would you have in Atlanta open up for?
There we go.
Jesus. In Atlanta, it's a lot of talent down there. I'm trying to, lane wise, I think I'm gonna go JID, JID.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a label battle for you right now.
Yeah.
You got Bad Boy.
Hey, Clinton, stop, man.
No, I'm
I
not.
just want to talk about Portland, man.
No. You got Bad Boy.
Bad Boy already out of the equation.
You got Aftermath.
Aftermath
You got
that's old.
Rockefeller.
That's old. I don't think none of these are still even active.
No, they are.
Are you gonna say
French
Top
Montana
Dog?
is signed to Bad Boy. I think he the only one, but
Yeah.
I
you know.
don't even listen to French. I ain't never.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna pick off top already. Top Dog.
Top Dog, TDE.
Yeah. Or Jamla. You know what I mean?
Okay.
With Ninth Wonder and Rhapsody and them over there.
Okay.
Man, I want to talk about the city, Clint.
Hey man, listen. That's
You
why
already-
That's why I'm the host and you are the co-host.
But you asking them hypothetical puffy questions.
You know what? Listen. This is what I'm doing. When other folks listen to this, I want them to go, "Hey man, he was talking about you, man. He trying to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? He trying to holler at you, man.
Let's do it.
Hey, this is that sneak marketing. Hey, that's to get get them interested. I want to start a war and get my 10% finder's fee. That's all I want. That's it.
I feel it.
I don't need the Ferrari. I just want the tire. That's all.
So, Mike, you putting out music. I think the first project of yours I heard was Concrete Dreams.
Yeah.
That's like when I first
That's the one that broke.
Yeah, that's probably why I heard it. That's when I first was like, okay, so he the dude out here. Yeah, like that's kind of what that translated to me with. So he the dude out here. So you still doing projects? I seen the video you did with the black women with I think
Black Pearls.
Yeah. That was dope.
Yeah.
Still ain't got me my capes hat or the different black fists.
I got you.
I'm still waiting for that. I remember I reached out to you. I don't even know.
Hold on,
I
you
knew
bought
you
one?
back then. I was trying to get a capes hat. No, I saw John with one.
I got some.
You got a capes hat right now?
No, I don't got it on me. But
you-
I got
but you
some.
got-
Yeah.
Hey, don't sell.
I
one
got
though.
you.
Let me get that. So,
Hey, they ain't free.
first of all, man, I got a job.
I need to get my 10% finder's fee.
I got a job. So you were consistently putting out music. That was where I'm going with.
Yeah.
You were consistently putting out music. We talked about experiencing success, and when I said we talked about making it, you said I've already made it.
Yeah.
I want to make more. Tell me about that. When you say you've already made it,
Yeah.
what do you mean by that?
I'm talking about just the conditions I come from, the situations I come from. Statistically, I'm not supposed to be who I am. So I feel like doing what I'm doing and having the impact I have, I've already made it because I'm impacting people. But when I say I just got to make more, that's speaking to people's idea of making it. You know what I mean? But I feel like I've made it. I'm here. Survived. You know what I mean? I'm successful at what I do. Like these songs start as thoughts, and people end up buying them. You know what I mean? That shit crazy to me.
Well, hey, listen, man, you better come on, man. Listen,
Is that inspiring enough for you to finish your album?
Well, here's the thing. Poets and rappers. First of all, poets become rappers. Rappers don't become poets. They was already poets.
This is true.
So
Rhythm and poetry, that's just rap.
That kind of resonated with me when he said that, because I think it's highly irrational for me to take something that's just in my mind and then I make a whole room quiet down and listen to it. And they
That's
with
alchemy,
it.
bro.
And they with it. And first of all, your ego got to be great, a little wild, but even more so, ego, you got to be able to touch people, or you got to be able to evoke something out of you. I got to be able to show you something in me and have that reflected in you when you looking at me like, I understand exactly what you're talking about. So, with that being said, you think you got a responsibility to Portland? I know you said it's gonna take everybody, but let's just talk about your part. Let's talk about what's on your back.
I just think I just think naturally Portland with me. I'm born and raised here. I've always represented Portland in a with music high quality way, and the way I move, you know what I mean? You're not gonna hear too much sideways stuff about me or something I did to people or anything like that. And I think the most important thing, like I said, is the music.
Okay.
I don't think it's too many people making music that I make just in a humble way. You know what I mean? It's not many people that know how to put together an album these days for real, and it flow and it makes sense and they got a message and they got a theme.
And you ain't talking about just here. You talking about just universally. Just
Talking
everywhere.
about speaking in Portland.
Okay.
But also, if we talking global.
No, I like that you talking locally. Now, okay,
Yeah.
time out. Then I'm gonna ask you something else. Then, okay.
And that's just me speaking from
No
no
feel
ego.
you.
It's
No,
just the work. You
No,
know
but
what I mean?
check this shit out. If you saying, well, shit, D'Angelo, ain't a lot of people who know the ins and outs of putting together an album. All right, well, shit, Mike, who gonna teach me? Because
I'm down.
you the OG.
Yeah,
I mean, you ain't the OG. No.
I'm like middle.
Yeah, but when I say OG,
Yeah.
I'm not speaking of age-wise. I'm speaking of, okay, so
Years with the music.
your OGs aren't putting out consistent music, like in a way where they're packaging it for iTunes and things like that. They might be, first of all, artists are always going to be an artist. They're always going to create.
Yeah, regardless.
You're always going to create. But you are actively, and what I mean by actively, every time you look up, every 6 months, you can look for something from Cage. You can say, okay, so you are consistently doing this. So how you fuse that together? Because you just said it's gonna take everybody. It's gonna take a community. So if it's gonna take the community, how do we get a Mike Capes to talk to a young? Okay, prime example. When you said you was cool to do the podcast, my first thing was I wanted to bring a young rapper in here.
Yeah.
And the only reason why me and Clinton didn't do it because we really wanted to dig into you and let you get it all out. And honestly, this young dude, he got a lot of energy and he go ready his mouth.
Yeah.
And we might not get to everything we want to get to, but you can tell he hungry with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He is, because every time he talking about music, he talking about what he want to create, and I like seeing artists like that. I like seeing, but I can tell he don't know how to do it yet. You know what I'm saying?
I'm always down for the mentorship, bro. I believe in mentorship. I believe that's a core value for me. Mentorship. I was just talking to a rapper the other day on, I think, live. Yeah, it was the homie named Lane, and he more of a lyrical type rapper. He like 25. And I told him off top, I said, he told me he was working on a project. I said, if you need help sequencing and the flow of the album and stuff like that, I'm down, bro. And I think it takes stuff like that. It's dropping the ego. Quit seeing everybody as a threat. I think in Portland there's a scarcity mindset. Like if he get it, I ain't gonna be able to get it.
You know what, man?
You know what I mean?
It's funny that you say that, because me and Clinton, we wrestle with bringing the folks together. So you would think that on the sheer numbers of us out here, we'd all automatically fuck with each other. Just.
No, I'm listening.
I'm from the outside coming in. Now,
I'm listening.
I don't know Portland politics. I don't know who from here. I don't know where the hell St. John's is. I couldn't tell you what the numbers is. I couldn't tell you what none of this shit is.
Yeah.
I know
where you at.
I know where work is. I know where Wingstop is. I know where the liquor store is.
Yeah.
I know
Your essential spots.
Yeah. So that's what I know where it is. But see, I couldn't tell you where I shouldn't be after this time. But I feel like that's a good thing. So I look at people like Adrian, who have managed to get 10,000 people together. If nothing else, shit, every time they go on their phone, we have
Adrian
access.
who?
Adrian Wright from
He created Black Portland.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So he has managed to get 10,000 black people.
Yeah.
Even to say that shit is weird. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Portland. Can you imagine 10,000 black people doing anything together in this city? It's not.
I could.
It's not easy, but
It's not easy.
Me too. I could imagine it.
Yeah.
Now, tell me the last time you saw the shit happen.
Man, the last time I seen stuff like that happen, I would say back when car shows was going on still in Portland on MLK. Everybody would gather on MLK and be there for the car shows. But they shut that down. You know, gang violence started picking up.
But check this out. Every city got gang violence.
But this is a white city. So you bucked one too many times. they gonna shut it down, bro. It's same with bars and black clubs and all of that.
You know,
the OLCC be in there, bro.
People say that all the time, and that's why I feel like that's why me and Clinton and the people we fuck with, we hold what we do so close to our chest, and it matters to us. Like, we don't want you kicking no shit up in here, man, because it ain't enough shit going on out here for us to lose. So we really like as soon as some shit get jumping where we at, you gotta shut this shit down right now. And it ain't some shit about. First of all, let me don't misunderstand it. We will call the cops. We just rather not. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't want like telling people, well, I ain't gonna call it because I don't want to spread that goddamn narrative, man. Because
it ain't gonna help your business.
It's not because it's really not. Because the truth of the matter is, I don't want the shit to pop off. I'd rather us be able to handle it as men.
And you know, the biggest thing that I would like to make important to people, when we're doing something at Mingle Lounge, we're frisking. Yeah. And it's a thorough frisk, because it's not just about making the business or keeping the business going. It's about making the folks that come there to support what we're doing and making sure y'all safe.
Yeah, and feel like it's
y'all will see me walking up and down the sidewalk because I'm at this corner sniffing out if there's a possible problem. I'm walking some of the females, to their cars. I'm not trying to get a number, but I want y'all to be safe. Yeah. I'll take security off the door and say, hey, can you walk her to her car? And I'll watch the door. Yeah. Something to that, to that effect, because we want people to, be safe and all stuff like that. Speaking of that, being safe and the things that we got going on at Mingle Lounge, let's talk about August 18th real quick.
You want to talk about it now?
Go talk about it right now. I'm sorry, Mike. We will get back to you. We got to talk about August 18th.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen and ladies, August 18th, we are having our Live Now, Live Later comedy show. It is featuring the headliner Lance Edwards. G.A. Wade is going to be in attendance. Dash and Pedro will also be on the bill for that night. It is $20 if you get your tickets on Eventbrite. We have an early bird special. If you show up at the door without your tickets, it will be more.
And now, when we say early bird special, you got to understand, we got to keep the lights on. We got to pay staff. We got to pay security. We're
going to give y'all 3 minutes to get these tickets.
Hey, so what we're going to do is, on this Friday, if you come down to Mingle Lounge for the open mic, and we'll let you get, you know what, I'm going to put us out there. If you purchase your tickets for the show this Friday, I'll do it for $15. That's only for Friday only. And it'll be for Eventbrite. We'll open up ticket sales no later than Friday.
Let's open up the tickets 10 o'clock Friday in the show.
Okay. 10 o'clock Friday, we go open up ticket sales. You have
on Eventbrite. So if we do that, we probably gonna leave the tickets at $20. What, 3 or 4 days? You want?
No. So if you get them on Friday, you can get it for $15.
That's Friday night.
That's Friday night,
7 to 10 p.m.
Right. Then you'll be able to turn around and we'll leave it open for a couple of days where you can get it for $20. Yeah. And then after that, the ticket sales got to go up to $25.
Yep.
Because we got bills. But before we get back into the comedy show that we got going on August 18th.
Hey, listen, about this comedy show. Everybody's invited, man. We want everybody to come out. We want the whole Portland to come out. We are attempting to always talk about this at the show, and I want to talk about it on the podcast. We are attempting to build the things that we want to see in this city. Okay? I talk about it all the time. Clint talk about it all the time. You got to build the things you want to see. So this show is going to be a dope-ass show. If you know Lance Edwards, then you know what he's bringing. If you know G.A. Wade, then you know what he's bringing. Dash is new out here, and Pedro been out here for a minute. So, it's a quality show, and that's what we want to bring y'all. We want to bring you guys quality experiences and good times, man. And we knock this one out, and shit, then we're going to be looking to do the next one. So, you just going to, 2 Cent just want to continue to give you quality events. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe Mike Capes might walk in there and, give us a quick 16. You know what I'm saying? Man. Now, I don't want you to have your management contact us because we can't afford you.
I manage myself.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't want your manager to contact us, whether it's you or whoever, because, Our budget is very small for the things that we do right now.
Nah, for sure. I know how it be.
You know, it's fun. Mike, you're a rapper, man. Listen, so I very rarely see hip hop shows, and I mean, I think the last person who even talked to me about a hip hop show was Adrian. Shit, I ain't even know who Cool Nuts was before he was at the cookout last year, and Clinton got him on that for us. So, but like, I know Clint would be down. I wouldn't be opposed to a hip hop show. I just want to know how do you market that? Like, who's
Man,
do y'all have? I mean, is there
like if I'm to throw a show? Like if I was to throw a show?
Yeah, is there a market out here for y'all?
Yeah, definitely. I've sold out shows here, so it just I think it's networking, bro. Your networking, who you know and who you build relationships with, and then also having a real core fan base and the artists you book being able to bring in at least 20 people, you know.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Po
Hop, yeah, that was the legendary festival here that Cool Nuts put together.
Man, listen, Cool Nuts, if you listening, man, come on, bring Po Hop. Po Hop 2021, man. Sure come on, man, it ain't that hard. Man. Come on, man.
What was Po Hop?
Man, Portland hip hop was the dopest weekend of hip hop.
The whole weekend?
A whole weekend at various different clubs. And I got to see some performers. I fell in love with Rose Bent.
Oh, them the homies, bro.
Yeah, I fell in love.
Kiyoshi was in that group.
Yeah, I fell in love with Rose Bent, right?
They rhyme?
Oh, they rhyme, sing.
They don't get enough credit.
Dope. One of the girls.
I know Kiyoshi, but I don't know. I know Kiyoshi from buying houses and talking about you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
That's a powerful woman, bro.
One of the girls in there was a real estate agent. One of the girls in there was a school teacher.
Yep, Jackie.
And then Kiyoshi is just out here changing lives. You know,
Kiyoshi a powerhouse, bro.
Exactly.
That's one of the most powerful. I ain't even gonna say women, most powerful people I've met. We share the same birthday too.
Yeah, she
Happy
makes
birthday,
moves.
Kiyoshi.
But let me tell you something. I fell in love with that group. I saw Mikey Vegas at a open mic, and I was like, "Oh, if he performing, I'm gonna tell you, I did some very groupie shit one time. So I went over to the restaurant, with Mikey and them is managing everything. I went over Trap Kitchen. I saw Mikey V. I was like a fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey Mike, hey man, I follow your music, man. Hey, look right here. I'm showing him my phone where I just bought the album.
Don't do that.
To go. Hey man, listen, I grew up around Dre, DJ Quick, all of these cats. Mikey V was like, in my mind, my first real hip hop celebrity. And I was like, dude, it's in my phone, in my playlist. Dope. Cool Nuts. I used to always run into Cool Nuts every time I'm flying out of town, flying into town. He was always leaving.
Moving.
He's always moving. T Soprano. Man, a lot of those cats. But I'm telling you.
When I was young, when I was like middle school, them was the ones that was killing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then it was like 2010, 11. I can't remember the last Po Hop, but maybe 13. And then it was like a fizzle.
Yeah.
Cool Nuts was always performing. He did, some college, travel with.
Didn't he open for E40 when he came or whatever?
Man, he traveled with E40.
That's his guy.
Yeah, that's the guy. Tech Nine came out here. Warren G would come and perform. Snoop would come and perform. But it was like, Po Hop was the shit.
Yeah, that was the biggest festival.
I mean, it was like really a festival. It was to me, it was even better than the Blues Festival that they bring here during the summer.
So that's in St. John. So you've been in St. John.
Was this local? Was this local artists or
all local? Or maybe regional, some Seattle maybe.
Yeah, you might have some. I mean, and it was big.
And y'all don't think you could create it again?
Yeah, you can. I think right now you got the
pandemic.
Hip Hop. You got PDX Hip Hop Week coming up August 26th. I think it's like a whole week of performances everywhere. And DJ OG1 and Star Child put that together maybe like 5 years ago. And it's been going.
OG1, why is that familiar?
We saw him at the open mic last Thursday. He was the DJ.
Was he the DJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he also DJs with the Blazers.
Okay.
You got to keep your ears to the streets, man. You're going to be in the streets. You got to listen to the streets.
Too, bro.
Yeah, DJ OG1 is.
I was gonna say, I think he was at the club last week. That's why I thought that was the DJ.
Yeah,
it's just knowing who these people are and connecting with them, bro, and being genuine about it.
And I think that's one of the. I think that's one of the handicaps of Portland is that the networking happens, but it happens in very small pockets.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Like it feel like everybody got. I won't lie to you. Portland feel real clicked up to me. You know what I'm saying?
We talked about that at
it feel real clicked up to me. And I mean, I'm being, let's talk about some real shit, man. I ain't fucking around. And you know what? And Mike, let me tell y'all something, man, about Mike Case. I don't think I talk shit about Portland, but I do say the first shit that come to my mind, and I only give it a bunch of filter.
Yeah.
So if, a lot of people, it kind of rub them the wrong way, but I mean, even when me and Mike spoke last week, he was like, yeah, that shit, fuck with them, but ain't like you be lying. You know what I'm saying? I don't just be coming left field with the shit.
No, I don't really fuck with me. That shit, I feel like it's, man, people can't get mad at somebody's opinion. It's based on their experience. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's all I'm saying. Like, and anybody who really know me, everything I'm fucking saying, I'm saying it so we can get together and fix it. I ain't saying the shit and then I'm finna walk the fuck away.
Yeah, you present
I'm saying the shit like, hey man, why don't you help me fix it? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying to be on some, yo, fuck this shit. I'm saying on some shit like, hey man, this shit fucked up. If you grab that part and I grab this part, we could probably put this shit back together.
But I think people don't think anything is broken.
The fuck it ain't.
Tripping.
How?
I think people need to talk in real life more, bro.
Yeah, and that's for real.
I think your energy is way different in real life when you say it. Online, people text people read into it differently. They don't have no idea how you saying it. You probably got to cover your head.
There's no emotions or whatever. You know,
like it's.
I feel like, but I feel the same way. Like when people come to the show, they be like, oh, "Okay, you ain't," because I'm gonna say the same thing.
I still think you're a dick. That's just my opinion.
No, listen, man.
Contractual reasons is why I keep fucking with
my shit. Just be on some shit. Like my biggest gripe be everybody like to talk about what was and like
True.
Renata says the same thing that you said. Like, man, it's discouraging when people continue to shut down the things that you build. Yeah. And on one hand, I hear that.
You gotta keep building.
You gotta keep fucking building, dog. You have to, man, because
a spider.
Dog, like when I came out here, man, like, okay, so we spoke earlier. The artist gonna be artists, man. If poetry is in me, and every day I want to do this shit, and I want to do this shit, and I can't fucking find no way to do it. Ain't no fucking open mics when I go to goddamn spots out here to do poetry. Everybody fucking quiet and goddamn snapping their fucking fingers and goddamn being quiet, and we can't listen on hip hop. Like that's not what.
That's not the energy.
That ain't the energy I'm on. I don't know what the fuck that's about.
I mean, who really listen to poetry? But that's just me.
but I was on some shit like it. But if you go back east, the poetry nights is a whole fucking party.
You know what?
It's a whole party.
But see, this is the thing I'm gonna caution you on, and we always argue about this. Just like you don't want them to talk about what used to be, stop talking about the fucking East.
Watch this. I don't talk about East.
But you just mentioned it.
Oh yeah, but let me tell you why I mentioned it. Let me just tell you. And I tell people who come to the show about that, I like this all the time. You don't get it. And it took me a minute to understand who I was and understand myself. I don't give a fuck. You don't gotta fuck with Atlanta to me. I'm gonna bring Atlanta to y'all.
But see,
that whole
the thing about it,
I am going to create.
Even in your show,
we talk. You're right. I put my whole motherfucking personality.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. In your show, you will say, I've done this in New York, and I've done this here. Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
I don't never say no shit like that.
Hey, his ego is bigger than Shaq's shoe.
No, don't do that, man. Don't lie.
No, I mean, but no, it's honest.
You know,
it's honest. You will bring up about where you've done this at and how successful it was or whatever.
But Clint, if I say that, I only say that to say it can work.
No, but you say that and you alienate people from your intentions.
Clint, do you know when I first got to Portland? You know who gave me a fucking chance to
that's not the point I'm trying to make.
Veterans spot on Alberta.
But that's not the point I'm trying to make. Every time you bring up where you from and what you did somewhere else,
don't do that, man.
You alienate
people. Anyway, Mike. Hey, don't do that.
Hey, why you gonna cut me out? See,
man,
you're very dismissive.
Don't
now,
do that, man.
he would let me say something if we was arguing on Facebook.
Man, Don't say that shit, man. No, man, no, you can't put that kind of propaganda, man.
Hey,
these folks are,
that's not propaganda.
I'm about to get back on Facebook, man. Don't start there.
Ladies and gentlemen, come out to the show on Friday, and if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But you're going to see it for yourself. He's going to be more self-conscious about it now.
Dog, first of all, you know what's so crazy? Maybe when I first got out here, because I'll tell you, it was a little culture shock. I ain't gonna lie, maybe
a lot of culture shock.
Yeah, so maybe when I first got out here, it was a little different, and I think I did say some disparaging remarks about the city when I first got here, but it wasn't. It wasn't on no fuck the city, because the truth of the matter is, if given the opportunity to go home, I win. Atlanta crazy right now, man. These motherfuckers wild, man. I'm grown, man. I can't be a part of that shit no more, man. I can't. I don't want to. I don't want that life. I don't want that life for my children. Yeah. I'm gonna be dead ass, and there ain't no shit about being scary, nigga. That's just some shit about growing up.
But you know, that's funny because people here be like, man, I'm leaving. It's getting bad here.
Okay.
And they going to Atlanta.
Shit.
Or people are leaving here and they going to Cali.
No, I can go. No,
you can avoid.
You damn.
You can't avoid it.
You can't avoid that stupid shit if you want to.
Let me wait. Let me take.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, you cannot.
Let me take 2 steps back real quick. So we was talking about supporting the different venues and places like that.
Yeah.
Listen, folks. How do I say this? It's not about just holding yourself accountable, but when you go to these venues, you've lost so many different places where at least black folks can go and hang out because of the violence or the rules.
Yeah.
From OLCC, you know, they're taking the minor incidents and turning them into big. The places are losing their liquor license. So, folks, we all get a little excited when we have some liquor.
Yeah. When
you go to these places and you're supporting them, you know what? Really support them. When you see somebody, you know, I'm not telling you to be security. I'm not telling you to put your life in line. But, you know, if somebody in your clique is a little upset.
Especially if they're your homeboy.
Yeah, you know, they upset. Hey, man, take them home. Yeah. Talk to them later because you know what? At some point or another, you're going to have to go to Seattle or Kaiser to be able to go out.
Yeah.
You know, take pride in this is your city, and your city should be a very exciting place. You guys that's out there, you know, you shooters, come on, man.
And people forget about that.
You shooters, listen, if any of the shooters or you know you got some friends that's some shooters, hey, man, listen, man. Listen, we not for that. This is, you got this dude that you person or whoever it is that you got beef with. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all do that somewhere. We just doing poetry.
Don't, and you know what? Don't do it. Don't do it at all, man. Yeah, let's put all of this down.
Hey, you right. I'd rather y'all not do it at all, but really don't do it at 322 Northwest every goddamn street on Friday night with your boy there. Hey, we just in here doing some poetry, maybe a little rap, maybe a little singing, a little shit, a little comedy, man.
Hey, listen, you gonna do all that stupid shit? Aim high, because I'm short.
Hey, man, do that shit after y'all see that white truck leave.
Hey,
hey, matter of fact, let me stop saying silly shit.
I know.
Hey,
crazy.
Hey, don't do that at all, man. I mean, I'm just being honest with you, man. I'm sure y'all got something to do this year besides being jail. You gonna go to jail? You should have went last year where we went doing shit outside. Y'all gonna miss everything this year.
Yeah, they would have let you out. Now they go keep you. Now they go keep you. Somebody got to eat them bologna sandwiches. You know. Hey.
I got one. I don't know how much time we got, but I got one more question for Mike.
Go ahead.
Mike, we talked to Dre Miller a few weeks ago. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
The protest, right?
Yeah. So he's an organizer with Joanne.
Hardesty.
Yeah. So we talked to him, and we talked about pretty much what we can do, pretty much to combat the things that are going on in the city. Man, we ain't the National Guard. We ain't none of that shit, man. We just a few people who trying to do some shit a little different. Being from this city.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask you a question. It's gonna be a little daunting, but just however you give it to me, I'm gonna take it. What the fuck can we do to do our part to curb some of this shit out here?
I think it's really one thing is focusing on what we can fix, and that's focusing on our community. I think on a grassroots level, man, we got to really talk to these kids and really be in these schools and really be mentoring. I think mentoring should be something that is a priority, you know what I mean? Not walking by a kid, you know, might be fucked up or in a messed up situation and not saying nothing to him because they ain't your kid, you know what I mean? it's really investing time in the youth. You know what I mean? And also, man, trying to get the education system fixed out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Learning things that actually matter. You know, credit and learning the things in life that you can use instead of PE. You know what I mean? You play basketball after school. You know what I mean?
But Mike, listen, man. I'm trying to be a shooter out here in these streets. I ain't in school. How you gonna reach me?
Then go out there to them.
Okay.
You can't be acting like, as an adult, you can't be acting scared of the kids.
Okay.
I think they respect when you walk up to them, but you can't walk up on them on no preachy stuff either. It's a relational point.
Right.
Most people that need help ain't asking for help. They show behaviors, you know what I mean, of needing help. So I think it's really.
I did something one time. I saw this young cat, and he was hanging out by a barbershop that I go to. And I saw him there, and he's just standing outside, and he just had that look on his face like, you know what? I got this burner.
Yeah.
I'm about to, let off it. Because he was just looking up and down the street, and I couldn't figure out why. And I just asked him, I said, hey, man, you hungry? What? I said, you hungry? I'm about to go in here and get this chicken. I said, okay, I can get some chicken. I just gave him a bag of chicken. Don't know his name. That was it. And I don't know if it meant something to that cat, but for me, the things that I've learned in life is this, and what gives you good balance, and I think what gives you good karma. Just be a because person. A just because person.
Yeah.
I saw a young girl in 7-Eleven off of MLK. I don't know her name. Didn't ask her name. Happened to be a good week. I had some money. Pulled some money out the ATM, gave it to her.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not asking your name. I'm not trying to be personal or nothing like that, but this is for the baby.
Yeah.
That's it. And if you don't have the means to be able to do that, you got a book in your car. Yeah. T-shirt or jacket, something extra. Hey man, let me give you this, because one of the ways to kind of reach people is to get their attention. Get these kids' attention. Let's show them that people care about them. Because, man, I had to make my way as a kid. My mother was in the house, but daddy wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make my way through those streets. And I'm not gonna sit up here and be like I was a gangster.
Yeah.
But I ran with some guys, and we had to run together to prevent from having to run from other folks.
Man, I always think back nowadays, this shit that happened back then, and like I think back and be like, that could have been one of them nights. Well, yeah, that shit could have went left. Like that shit could have went left, and we ain't none of us had to be here. But Clinton wanted to do the Dre Miller episode, right, about the gang violence and whatnot. Yeah. And the first thing I said was, I don't want to do it. But let me tell you why. I was like, I feel like things are inauthentic when I can't touch them myself, or where I
relate
like
to the topic.
I'm far removed from it. And I was like, man, I'm a nigga who came out here for a job in Hillsborough. So shit, to be honest with you, I fuck with y'all on the weekends, and my life revolves around Beaverton, a very safe Beaverton neighborhood, and then I go and I do what I came out here to do at that job, and I bring it on back. And I was asking Clinton, I was like, what can we say to these people to where they should listen to us? Shit, if you look at Clinton, hell, I ain't doing bad, and shit, Clinton doing better than me. So what the fuck?
Yeah. And then don't be telling nobody that.
No,
it's presenting opportunity.
When I say that, Clinton, is if I am far removed from the street, nigga, your ass ain't even in the same state. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I was with it. I just didn't know how you connect, and I'm a firm believer. You gotta connect with people, or the shit just
it's just talk.
Yeah, just
right.
talk. Hear that shit.
I think another thing, man, is I think we as black people gotta quit caring about what white people doing and focus more on what we doing.
Come on,
thank you.
What? Come on.
I think the whole like trying to get white people to care and see us as humans is played out, is burnt out. You know what I mean? It's like they know we humans, bro. So quit trying to prove our value to white folks. I don't get that.
I'm about to ask you a question because you done brought this shit up in my mind. I got it.
It's just we could take that energy and just focus on what we need to build up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. I don't know if you remember this. There's a white lady about 3 or 4 months ago. She did a hip hop show, and the lady came in the group and she said, I got in trouble for this.
I seen it.
Dog, she said, I feel very, I don't know how to feel about her doing a hip hop show. And I said, maybe I was condescending. I said, oh, y'all know what we could do? We could mind our fucking business, let this lady do what the fuck she do, and then we could do our own shit and we can leave her alone.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah,
you were saying don't care about that.
Yeah,
shit.
they was on some shit like, we gonna have to stop her. Why?
We gonna pick it. We gonna protest.
Why?
That energy can go in the other direction.
My whole thing is now, Mike, watch this.
Yeah.
Say me and you gonna do a hip hop show.
Yeah.
Somebody come along and say, D'Angelo don't know nothing about hip hop, and I don't listen to Mike Capes. I don't listen to that shit. We gonna pick at that shit. Yeah. Mike, you the artist, and you'll be on the show. Mike, we not finna handle. These niggas not finna get in between me and this money, nigga. I'm going to call a few people, and we gonna y'all ain't finna pick it out here.
I know what you said.
But you see what I'm saying? And that's how black folks think. We like, man, don't get in between me and this bread, nigga. Please, if you don't want to support, I can understand that. Yeah. You coming out here
making your agenda everybody else
to stop us from getting this money? Player, we gonna get a little aggressive.
You know what? I'm gonna say something.
I just felt like that was a prime example where we could have fucking minded our business, took that and said, instead of that, let's do something positive and say, hey man, if y'all thought that was some, watch us do it the right way.
Well, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean it was the wrong way.
They wanted to shut her shit down.
But it doesn't necessarily, when you say we could have done it the right way, that doesn't mean this lady was going to do something wrong.
But okay,
her show could have been whatever. But see, this is the thing about it. And this was my, when I was reading the comments, I'm going to be honest with you. There's an identity crisis in Portland.
What you mean?
You have a lot of mixed race people here.
You do.
You have a lot of mixed race people here.
How is that an identity crisis?
Because some of those people are basically trying to prove how black they are versus how white they are, right? So they come in and they try to play this role of always trying to point out something negative a white person is doing or trying to do, or they're stealing our culture. Let me tell you something, and you and I had this conversation. There's no culture to steal because we've already sold it. When Def Jam was one of the biggest black labels out there that was employing black rappers or whatever, and some white rappers, the first 60% of it went for $100 million. Then a couple years later, the last 40% of the control went for $100 million. BET went for $1 billion or 2 or 3, right? And it's owned by Viacom, which is a white-owned company. Everything black we've had,
we sell it.
We sell it. We give it away. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there can't be an Eminem. I'm not saying that there can't be the rapper Snow. Y'all don't know who that is. Or the Beastie. Snow? Yes, Snow.
I lick your boom boom.
Or it can't be the Beastie Boys. The problem is we can't keep claiming a culture that the ones are the people who were once in charge of pioneering that culture.
I mean,
they sold it.
It still belongs to us.
I think it's still us.
Well, you know what? We are the most influential in that culture. But when it comes to financing that culture,
I'll say it can't be.
Are we financing that culture? No, we're not.
Yeah, but
mostly us.
I don't think we can lose culture. I don't think it can be co-opted. People always worry about, where they culture vultures. No such thing, my man.
I don't think
there's no such thing as culture vultures.
No, because
man, this sounds like a discussion.
But I'm gonna tell you why, Mike. That's like me trying to be Mike Capes. I can't be Mike Capes. I can memorize all your songs. You can give me all your beats, but when you grab that mic and you give it to him, I can't do it like you. I cannot. I can try, but I can't be you, man. I can't put that in their heart. Whatever you got, whatever you give to the people, I cannot take that from you. Whatever the fuck they come to see me for, you couldn't take it from me, nigga, if you wanted to. Yeah. So that's why when people say culture vultures, dog, everything, any kind of way since the beginning of time where you've been able to acquire assets, acquire money, people have been trying to duplicate it. You cannot duplicate heart. You cannot duplicate my soul, nigga. You can't have it. You can make an attempt at being a good copy. You can sell a great value anything, my nigga. But if it ain't goddamn A fedora, it ain't a fucking fedora. If it ain't goddamn Stacey Adams shoes, you can sell whatever kind of plastic you want to. You can put little alligator prints on the shit. What I'm saying to you is when it's authentic, then it's authentic. That's
wings and things and Wingstop.
That's why I don't get bent out of shape when people say
wings and things and Wingstop.
Yeah, but when people say, well, they're culture vultures, what the fuck they supposed to do?
Wings and things. And I understand what you're saying, but I think the play on it is this. Anything you create, there's going to be a competition.
Yeah, but
McDonald's has, Burger King.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with
Jack in the Box has Carl's Jr. You got Mike Capes, and nobody's figured it out yet, but it's coming. But
you get a Glock and you can get a Tars. One of them got
quality, one of them don't.
Or you gonna get you a high point.
Yeah, or a high point. Okay, and watch this.
Y'all seem to know a lot about weapons.
Hey, you from the military, bro? What you talking about?
But what I'm saying is, like,
we get it.
Everybody know quality, but that's what I'm saying.
They can repackage it. The problem is where they repackage it and make more money.
Exactly.
Off of it than the original people of it.
They are advertising to their own people.
But there's more than
but why wouldn't they get more money off of it? Shit, I would hope you would have figured out a way to do it.
I think the problem is we value individuality and originality and all of that. White people don't.
Watch this. Then if
if
we are so concerned, then why don't we assimilate and fucking become the unauthorized version ourselves and sell it? You know why?
Because we don't have the resources.
First of all, we wouldn't do it anyway because we too busy trying to be authentic.
No, I don't. You know what? I think it's like the same thing that's with hip hop in most areas. No, but it's like hip hop in.
Pouring out here, just a little bit. Just a little bit there.
But it's just like hip hop. You have copycats who attempt to copy. But when you lay out a blueprint, you rest assured somebody's gonna follow. But you know what? That's gonna be for another episode. Hey, Mike, what you got going on right now, man? Tell us what Mike Capes got going on.
Man, I'm just pushing this project, this EP album, whatever you want to call it.
What's the name of it?
In spite of, you know what I mean? I'm pushing that right now. Getting ready to put out visuals. I got a show August 14th.
Where at?
There'll be more info, but it's the Team Center. I'm gonna have it at this spot called the Team Center.
Okay.
Me and Clint, we had an argument over which one is the single. Affirmation is the single. What's the single?
Nah, you know the singles. I didn't really pick one, bro. I did it where like whatever people gravitate.
iTunes don't have a single on it. That's why normally they have a single. Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
I think the single.
I thought that was
What Would Johnny Do?
Okay.
What Would Johnny Do?
That was the first track I put out from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. Where can they purchase your music, man?
You can purchase on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, wherever, but preferred is Bandcamp. Yeah, I think that's the best way to support the
Bandcamp.
artist.
We got to make sure we put that
we'll
in the information when we post this.
Where can we see you next?
At the Team Center, August 14th.
Team Center, August 14th. Okay, that's what's up, man.
I got to get these songs down, though.
You got some rehearsal.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, man.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
It's honestly been a long time coming, man. I done knew you for a minute, man. It's just been a long time coming. I'm glad we could have you in here while you had a project going on, too.
Sure, man. I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity.
And, man, we appreciate y'all. Once again, you guys have listened to another episode of Cent the Podcast featuring the one and only Mike Capes. Make sure you go out, support the music, support the legend that he is thriving and going to be.
In spite of out now. In spite of.
In spite of is the name of the album. You can check out some of his visuals on YouTube.
Check out the old shit too.
You know,
too.
Go back on the discography.
Yeah.
And be like me.
Oh God.
Have a local rapper in your playlist. Be a fan, and don't be afraid to be a fan. Just don't overdo it like I did.
You gonna put it in rotation with your old Shaquille O'Neal.
Hey, yeah, I do got Shaquille O'Neal.
I gotta become one day. He was listening to that old goddamn Shaq. I was like, nigga, this Shaq?
What? Can't Stop the Rain?
Hey,
man,
no.
I
had the one, Can't Stop the Rain.
Hey, man,
and
we
then
ain't finna get into that, man.
Hey, man, I'll play the song right now for my audience.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Cent the Podcast. And listen to us once again on 96.7, The Numbers. Peace.
Cent the Podcast, hosted by Clinton Washington, with co-host D'Angelo Gillespie, brought to you by Underway Entertainment and Pound the Pavement Productions. Thanks for listening.
Up on merch, and I'm about to also have a release party too.
Well, where you having that?